So check it out. I'm on my way to do a closing today. Usually I'm going to do a closing to buy a house, but today I'm doing a closing to sell a house. And the reason why I make this video is because a lot of people got a lot of misconceptions about things when it comes to real estate. Before I left the office, I kept telling people that I had to go do a closing. And they kept saying things like, you're going to be there all day long, you're going to be there for 2, 3, 4 hours. Let me explain something to you. When you go and do a closing on a house, it don't necessarily take a whole lot of time. Now, if you was buying a house and you was getting a mortgage on the house, then yeah, that closing can take about anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. That's simply because you have a thick stack of paper that you got to sign, and you got to sign each one of these papers. Those stacks start getting real thick after they passed the Patriot Act back in 2007. But even over the course of the years, they keep adding more and more papers to the stack that you got to sign when you go to buy a house. Disclosures and limited power of attorneys and just all different kinds of paper. Now, the reason why I said that it could take between 30 minutes to an hour is because now that depends on your closing attorney, that depends on you. So if this is your first closing and the attorney don't know you, never done a closing with you, they might feel kind of compelled to go over each one of those sheets in its entirety before you sign it, because they want to make sure that they do their job. Because closing attorneys are bound by strict rules and regulations that they got to disclose all the information to the buyer. That's my phone ring, but I'm not going to answer. Yeah, so they got to do that. Now, if I'm going to do a closing with my closing, decline that. Sorry, I had to cut that video. The phone's ringing. But yeah, if I had to go and do a closing with my closing attorney, it's not going to take that long. Even if it was a mortgage, it's not going to take that long, because he don't have to go over every single sheet in its entirety, because I've seen these sheets. He have shown me these sheets. He and I both know that I know what this sheet is. So it's not going to take that long. He could just simply say, hey, this is the disclosure paper. Bam, sign, bam, and keep on going. But if the attorney has never seen you, you've never done business with the attorney, then yeah, that closing can take quite some time if you're doing a closing and you are obtaining a mortgage when you're buying a house. Now, most of my rental houses that I buy, most of them are cash deals. So when I go in to sign my papers, the stack is very, very, very thin, because I'm not acquiring a mortgage. That means there's not a third party involved. It's just me, my money, and the closing attorney. So don't think that doing a closing would take up your whole day and a lot of time, because it does not. That is a misconception for a person who has never been through a closing. Now, the closing that I'm going to do today, I'm selling some rental houses. And because I'm selling the rental houses, I don't have to sign no thick stack of papers. I don't have to do that. I'll probably be in the office. Me and my closing attorney, we might talk, chat, laugh for about 10 minutes. He's going to bring out the stack. He's going to take my ID. I'm going to sign these papers. Well, he's going to take my ID and make a copy of it. He's going to pull out this stack of papers. I'm going to sign them. And that whole process will be done in less than 5 minutes. That's because that's because I'm selling some properties. Now, if I was buying them, paying cash for it, it'd still be a real small stack. But it's only when you are buying a house and you are obtaining a mortgage to buy this house, that's when it could be kind of long. But even then, it just depends on how thorough or how fast and how slow that the closing attorney is when they are presenting you the papers, showing you the spots to sign, and just to determine if you got to go over every single thing on the sheet or not. So don't think that'll take a long time. I just want you to know that when you get started buying these houses, that this day that you're going to buy or sell, it's not going to be no all day type thinking. Do not listen to the amateurs. You listen to the professionals. I always tell you, take your advice from a professional.